Wildfire season is underway, and emergency management officials here in the Northwest say the Trump administration's federal layoffs at forecasting offices could bring an especially challenging summer.
After more than 800 NOAA employees nationwide were fired in February, they were rehired only to be terminated again following a federal court order. NOAA just announced this week it will hire critical field positions to stabilize its workforce. Savannah Welch joins us live from the NOAA Western Regional Center in Seattle. So Savannah, you spoke with the Washington Department of Natural Resources. What did they say about this?
Well, Mimi, a DNR meteorologist tells me they're already seeing major gaps in forecast data and are concerned about public safety. He says with all signs pointing to an active wildfire season, now is the time for more resources, not less.
I'm just a little bit scared for what this summer might look like without full capabilities from both our incident management teams and our incident meteorologists.
In February, the Trump administration announced federal job cuts, laying off hundreds of employees nationwide at NOAA and the National Weather Service, including here in Washington. Wildfire meteorologist Matthew Deere tells me forecasting offices were already understaffed before the layoffs.
We have less incident management teams available in the region today than we did 2 years ago.
During peak wildfire season, there's close collaboration between federal partners like the National Weather Service, Forest Service, and local fire agencies. Agencies like East Pierce Fire and Rescue rely on spot weather forecasts from NOAA during wildfires.
That's a huge resource for us, anticipating the winds, temperature, air humidities.
Bill Sandlin with East Pierce Fire is concerned the layoffs could impact their work on the fire line.
Hopefully it doesn't delay us being able to get those forecasts too much out on the line.
Sandlin says the lighter snowpack we saw this winter is melting early, meaning heavier fuels because of the early vegetation growth. The State Department of Ecology is monitoring that closely. Last month, the department issued a drought declaration for 3 watersheds in the Yakima Basin.
This is the 3rd emergency drought declaration that we've issued in a row. And that is the first for our state's emergency drought declaration process. And so for the last 2 years, we have seen concerning snowpack across the state.
Deere says the 1-2 punch of dry conditions and staffing shortages could pose a tough summer for first responders.
We haven't seen what peak fire season is going to look like yet this year. But if it's anything like last year, I'm concerned for what it's going to look like from a management perspective.
So, Savannah, we know that 800 NOAA employees nationwide have been terminated in that first round. Do we know how many employees here were laid off?
Well, Mimi, I asked NOAA that question of how many people were laid off locally, and they said they don't discuss internal personnel or management matters. But we know there are 122 National Weather Service offices in the United States, and according to the Associated Press, nearly half of these offices are missing 20% of their usual staff. In Seattle, Savannah Welch, King 5 News.